This is a training on plastics and justice for workers in the informal economy. This series has 3 goals. To consider how the mass production of plastics has impacted workers in the informal economy. To understand environmental and economic justice for informal economy workers. And to introduce the concept of a just transition. This video discusses some of the realities around pursuing and implementing environmental justice, particularly in marginalized communities. Environmental justice is a term that gets used in ways that can both benefit or harm our work. Oftentimes, communities use the environmental justice argument to try to close down dump sites or landfills in their community, as in the case of a Crosscone landfill. This has divided local residents against waste pickers working on the landfill, who demand that the landfill not be closed until their livelihoods are protected. Environmental organizations often also use the environmental justice argument to advocate against the export of plastics to other countries, where materials may be mismanaged and end up in the environment. Increasingly, communities are using the environmental justice argument to advocate for better waste collection and recycling services in their neighborhoods. Some communities respond to waste in the environment by organizing clean-up campaigns, especially in wealthy or touristic areas. Unfortunately, clean-up campaigns do little to improve waste collection services in informal or hard-to-reach communities. Are underfunded and rely too heavily on volunteers, rather than paying workers to regularly do cleaning work. And they don't do anything to prevent the production of waste, or give value to the types of materials being littered. Furthermore, sometimes these cleanup campaigns are part of broader urban sanitation campaigns and efforts to clear public space, which can include things like the eviction of street vendors and informal settlements. Locking public trash cans to restrict access. The prohibition of public waste sorting. And the banning of manual forms of transportation like push carts and horse carts. Unfortunately, even though low-income communities are the ones that suffer the most from the environmental injustice of plastic pollution, the responses to that injustice can be equally harmful to workers who live in those communities. Before you answer this question, let's hear what some of our previous participants have had to say. The dumps and landfills are located in the poorest and most vulnerable areas of the cities, contaminating the water and the air and agricultural areas.
People are burning plastic in order to cook because there is no access to gas. There is not enough awareness about plastics. We need more education about the dangers we face.
In conclusion to this session, let's go back to our organizations or network and ask this question of members. Please share your responses as a voice note or text in the chat.